Remember exploring our groundbreaking project's initial steps? Well, latest data reveals a breakthrough in sustainable energy. We've optimized our system for a 20% efficiency increase, exceeding projections. Curious about the full impact? Stay tuned for our next update.
Your mind.
People follow confidence over facts. In a seeking world, a voice's conviction outweighs evidence. From political stages to expert panels, we're drawn to those projecting unwavering certainty. Your brain mistakes certainty for truth. A sure voice makes primal system one accept narratives without critical thought. Authority doesn't prove correctness. It silences doubt, creating an illusion of consensus that doesn't exist. Remember, the most dangerous lies are spoken confidently, cloaked as absolute truth.
The human mind doesn't crave truth. It craves ease. What feels familiar feels safe. What feels safe feels right. And what feels right is rarely questioned. This is why some ideas feel obviously true, even when no one ever proved them. Your brain is constantly searching for shortcuts, and familiarity is the fastest one. The more you see something, the less effort it takes to process it. And effort is what the mind tries to avoid. This silent preference has a name: cognitive ease. Once you see it, you can't ignore it.
The human brain is designed to save energy. Complex thinking is expensive. Simple answers are cheap. When an explanation feels clear and effortless, the mind relaxes. Clarity feels like understanding, but they are not the same. The brain prefers conclusions that close the question, not truths that demand effort. This is why simple answers feel right, even when they're wrong. The comfort of clarity is often the beginning of a
Brain truly dislikes randomness. It constantly seeks a coherent, compelling story to make sense of things. Stories provide completeness. They effectively eliminate uncertainty. And when uncertainty vanishes, all doubt also disappears completely. A story that simply feels right, even if it is not entirely accurate, does not need to be true at all. The human mind consistently chooses comforting meaning over objective accuracy every single time.
Your brain doesn't look for truth. It looks for agreement. We instinctively seek out information that confirms what we already believe, creating a comfortable echo chamber. This isn't about finding objective reality. It's about reinforcing our existing worldview. Contradictory ideas are often dismissed or ignored, even when presented clearly. Evidence that supports you feels good. Evidence that challenges you feels like a threat. Our minds construct formidable barriers, protecting our cherished convictions from external scrutiny. The moment a belief becomes part of your identity, truth becomes your enemy. It's no longer just an idea. It's a piece of who you are, making any challenge feel like a personal attack. You don't protect facts. You protect yourself. This deep-seated instinct shapes our perception, often at the cost of genuine understanding. The first number you hear becomes the center of your thinking. Prices, decisions, opinions, they shift slightly, but they never truly escape the anchor. Your brain doesn't reset. It adjusts. People negotiating, judging, choosing, all influenced by the same starting point. Even meaningless numbers can control real decisions. You don't think freely. You think around the first idea. The brain is not afraid of pain. It is afraid of losing. At a misty crossroads, a lone figure stands frozen, caught between the familiar shadows of comfort and the daunting, vibrant unknown. Memories of cozy routines and safe habits flicker like old film reels, pulling them back. This deep-seated aversion means losing feels twice as powerful as gaining. As fear tightens its grip, promising opportunities, new job offers, grand adventures, glowing doors to possibility appear on the bright path, only to fade into darkness, snatched away by unseen, shadowy hands. This profound psychological bias reveals a dark truth. Staying feels safer than changing, even when staying is slowly killing you. The comfort of the known, however stagnant, often outweighs the potential rewards of the uncertain. Ultimately, in moments of profound decision, fear decides. Logic, reason, and potential gains are often left to explain the choices made, long after the primal instinct to avoid loss has already sealed our fate. It must be worth it. The mind cannot accept wasted effort. The more you suffer for something, the harder it is to let it go. Pain doesn't create value, it creates attachment. Everyone believes it. It must be true. Agreement feels safe. Disagreement feels dangerous. The crowd doesn't prove truth. It replaces thinking. Following feels safe. Thinking feels lonely. If everyone believes it, it must be true. Agreement feels safe. Disagreement feels dangerous. The crowd doesn't prove truth. It replaces thinking. Following feels safe. Thinking feels lonely. You believe you think freely, but most of your reactions are automatic, triggered, predicted, repeated. Hidden patterns dictate your choices, a cycle of shadows you've mistaken for reality. Until you look, truly look. Awareness is the pause, the moment the machine stops. It is the only thread that leads out of the labyrinth. Wake up. Awareness is your only escape. Between stimulus and reaction, there is a moment. A space so small most people never notice it. But in that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. We often live in loops, repeating the same unconscious mental patterns day after day. But a single moment of awareness, that changes everything. It is the only escape. The moment you observe the pattern, you are free to break it. You cannot simply stop the flow of your thoughts. You cannot completely delete the feeling of fear. You cannot entirely remove your inherent bias. But you can choose to keep you psychologically safe. Not successful, not rich, not happy, safe. Your mind builds an identity model. This is who I am. And anything outside this model feels like danger. If you see yourself as shy, unlucky, average, invisible, then success becomes a threat. Because success requires becoming a stranger to yourself. So the brain activates defense mechanisms, procrastination, distraction, sudden tiredness, and anxiety before action. Not failure, protection. You cannot stop thoughts. You cannot delete fear. You cannot remove bias. But you can notice them. We live most of our lives on autopilot, trapped in loops of thoughts we didn't choose. Unconscious patterns dictate our reality, and in the moment you observe your mind, instead of obeying it, you step outside the system. Awareness is the only escape.
We are drawn to the light, a promise of something more. But we stop short, suspended in the shadows of our own making. In the silence of the night, we find a different glow. A flicker of dopamine, a cycle that never ends. Lost in the flow of data, we lose track of ourselves. While time slips through our fingers, one scroll at a time, something holds us back in the quiet spaces between. The climb is not just against the height, but against the weight of what we cannot see. Watched by expectations, we find our own path through the shadows.